Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Wendy.
And welcome to the
Toasted Marshmallow Adventures podcast.
Woo! Today on the show, we have comedian Vicki Barbolak. She was a top 10 finalist in season 13 of America's Got Talent. She's been a regular at the Comedy Store. She was passed by Mitzi Shore. Am I speaking about this in present tense or past tense?
It already happened.
Yes.
And we are doing the intro for Vicki.
We usually don't do these. So
no, she's going to be at the lounge at the end of the universe in Boise.
Sunday night,
October
8 p.m.
2nd. Yes, we will be there.
To the show.
And great podcast. The only issue was she was in Vegas on her phone, and the internet.
A bit of internet
was
issue.
Not that great.
Hopefully the audio turns out well. So we'll see. There may or may not be an audio issue.
Yeah, it may cut in and out a little bit, but please continue listening. She has some fantastic stories. She's been all over the place, and she's very fun, very down to earth, and funny. And we're so excited to go to her show on Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really cool show. She's got great stories. We were watching her videos, her sets basically from America's Got Talent last night. Hilarious. They loved her. She was like a fan favorite. I think she just barely missed not winning the $1 million.
You got to watch it. You got to see how she talks to Simon and Heidi. Hilarious. Yeah, so she's got a podcast out, Trailer Park Diaries, that is being produced by All Things Comedy and Bill Burr, which is huge. Go check that out. Huge. They do some adorable, could be a TV show, little skits.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was their thing or if that was America's Got Talent, like the stuff we saw last night.
But that's her and her, one of her besties.
And I think they're doing something based on that soon.
Really cool.
Yeah, they were just kind of the intros they did for her at the trailer park.
I could watch an hour of it weekly.
Yes.
It's just funny
Clark
stuff.
is not with us any longer, though, the guy in the scooter.
Yeah, and she talks about that on this podcast.
Yeah.
Also talks about coming up at the Comedy Store. She started in La Jolla. Talks about traveling, her third and most favorite husband, Lou.
Yeah.
They have a dog that no longer travels.
Couple daughters.
2 or 3.
Oh, yeah. She does a wedding.
Weddings.
She's an ordained minister.
It's the only place.
The mobile. Is that what it's the only mobile wedding?
And tell them for $29.95.
Oh, yeah. After you get married for $29.95 in the back of their wedding van is a bed that's all pimped out, like tiger striped, maybe. Get a half hour honeymoon after your wedding. So that's a genius idea.
It really is. She said
probably the only one, right?
She said that is. Yeah, it's fantastic. Jeez. So she said now, because she, is doing gigs all over the country, that the weekend weddings are way more expensive. She's going to have to charge thousands of dollars, but if she can fit it in and you're down in her area, she'll give you a good deal for a wedding.
Yeah, well, she said when she was first starting out, she was doing them for $100 or $120.
Because the military base is right there. Yeah. So this is we didn't talk for over an hour, but we learned a ton about her.
Got a lot of info.
Yeah, it's really a fun one.
Definitely. So check it out.
Yeah.
We're going to do the best we can on the audio. There shouldn't be much of a problem. You may miss a word or two here and there. Bear with it. It'll be just fine.
And then go see your show at the Lounge at the End of the Universe, Boise Avenue off Vista. It's 241.
It's not Boise Avenue.
Or Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, Boise, Idaho. Yeah. 2417 Bank Drive in Boise, Idaho.
Google it.
Yes, and say hi to us if you're at the show.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we want to talk to people about our new podcast.
Oh, yes, Uber Funny.
Uber Funny is a improv game show with entertainers that is on wheels.
Yeah, it's in a car.
We pick people up at odd locations. We take them on errands. We take them through drive-thrus. We do little skits.
Yes.
We laugh. We haven't cried yet. We've eaten corn dogs.
We've had corn dogs. We've had coffee. We've played music.
We have done laundry.
I knew that was happening.
Chris, because he's making noises.
So yeah, if you're a comedian watching this and you want to be on the show and you're going to be in Boise or are in Boise, hit us up. We'll send you the link to schedule. We'd love to have you on.
Also, if you are an audio listener, it might be a little confusing on audio because we're dropping in little scenes that we've taken with the comedians. So please still continue to listen on audio and then go to our YouTube page, which is Toasted Marshmallow Adventures, our channel, and watch it.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot more out of watching the uber funny episodes. They may not make sense on audio.
I've listened, but I know what happened and
Exactly,
it makes sense to me. But you out there.
So YouTube it.
Yes, please do both. Continue
Yes.
to listen. Listen while you're on your way to work, and then when you get home for the evening, check it out on YouTube. It's funny.
Exactly.
It's been we picked the first episode we picked somebody up at the airport, a comedian, and he had golf clubs, and we didn't have room. We had to make room. And then we cut it together, and like you said on a Facebook post, that the cuts, it becomes another.
Oh, well, like the effects are kind of almost like another character or layer to it.
So we're throwing in effects and making it fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a question and answer type
Not at
podcast. It's, I guess I've described it as part improv, part interview, part game show.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And there's money involved, folks.
Yeah,
one
you can win money. Oh, yeah, we made it rain.
Made it rain on a comedian.
Making it rain.
After he ate a corn dog.
Yes.
So it's fun. It's our newest passion. And we're still going to do these Toasted Marshmallow, probably in studio podcasts.
And Zooms,
as well as the Uber Funny. And we also have another podcast that we put out, We Are Idaho, which is just to kind of explain. We're just kind of doing it with companies, businesses, people with stories in Idaho, because so often Idaho is in the news for not happy things, or they just think we're all about potatoes, and we're way more than that.
Way more than potatoes.
We are Idaho.
Yeah.
So check that out. Our first one we did with a company called Day Trail, which you can actually find online, daytrail.com. They have a really cool concept, and had them in studio, and we're searching for more. So if you're a local business or somebody in Idaho that has a great story, we'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
So
for real.
Thank you guys so much for listening
and watching
and following. We're grateful, and without you, there really is no us. So
exactly.
We're happy and
Keep
pleased. And
being you, and
you.
We'll keep being us.
We're grateful. Yeah.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye. Toasted Marshmallow Adventures out. You got to have glasses too.
Well, what a beautiful scene you have there.
Oh, you like that?
Thank you.
This is our home studio. We have one of these at the lounge, or near the lounge too. Yeah,
in
little
the same
studio.
building.
That looks great. I'm just going to try making a bullshit thing with my mirror. Okay. Good enough.
Woo!
Awesome.
Perfect.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the show. Today on the show we have Vicki Barbolak, comedian Vicki Barbolak, top 10 finalist from America's Got Talent, season 13. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you.
Very happy.
Well, thanks you guys so much for getting time for me. I'm so excited.
Heck yeah.
Are we going to have marshmallows?
Well, if I could send them through you somehow through the internet, I would. But
for sure.
we're fresh. No, actually, we're not out. We do have marshmallows.
We do,
it would not be on brand if we didn't have any marshmallows in the house.
So you are.
Stuff them in your mouth for your.
Yeah.
Do we ever stuff them in our mouth?
We haven't played that game yet. Like how many you can get in?
Oh, well, we lost audio.
Oh.
Now?
Hearing
Am I
you.
gone?
You're there.
There now.
You are.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I'm going to turn you up just a little bit. Give me just a sec.
Turning you up. So you're in Vegas?
Yeah, here's a little view of I don't have a very good view. They give the comedians the crappy rooms.
Oh, wow.
That's the industrial section of Las Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hear her better now?
Yeah, I can. And you're doing, was that an AGT thing you're doing?
The AGT has a show called AGT Live Las Vegas where they bring acts in at the Luxor Theater, and it's a really good show. I mean, it's amazing. It's got Cody Lee. He's just that blind autistic kid was just incredible.
Awesome.
And the knife throwers, Deadly Games, and Duo Transcend, the people that twirl each other's bodies on.
Wow.
They're just, I mean, it's really fun, and it's just a great show.
And are you hosting?
Yeah.
Cool.
This is
Really?
in Vegas? I missed part of that. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's
So I come in and out to host it. So I come in like about every month. They bring me in, and I do a couple of dates. And so, yeah, I'm glad because I can still stay on the road and do all my other touring,
And fit that in.
but then come into Vegas, and it's just so fun.
Cool.
That's awesome. Now, are you on the road full time?
Pretty much it's back to full time again, you know?
Yeah.
It's like people are wanting to get out, so
Yes.
it's great. And I'm so excited. The very first time I went to Boise, I'd been working in Vegas, like this is way before AGT and stuff, but I was like working in Vegas for a week at the Tropicana. And I was like tired at the end of that week. 7 days a week, 2 shows, 14 shows in 7 days.
Wow.
And, partying after the shows. And I'm like, and then I booked in Boise. And I'm like, I'm going to go to Boise and rest. I get there's 4 gay bars on either side of the corners of the streets. I'm like, oh no! I had so much fun. I was like, I didn't have any idea, but I always tell people when I leave Boise that it's a horrible place. Rats are everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm back. I got back.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Yeah,
You
what
got-
did we read? That you won a gay Russian River?
Oh, Russian River
Yeah,
thing.
I did. The first 20 years of my stand-up, pretty much, I mean, Mitzi Shore at the Comedy Store loved me, and that was everything.
That's
but
amazing.
other than that, like the gay community was really where I got any work. So I was really grateful for that. So yeah, that I won the Russian River Comedy Festival. I just hosted. I had so much fun. I just hosted the Bear Convention at Big Bear.
Oh, cool.
Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God, it was so much fun. I'm
I'll
like,
bet.
I was like, I hope I don't get monkeypox. I'm like, I'm gonna be really careful because if that's get monkeypox for just rubbing on people. So I'm gonna wear long sleeves. I get there in like 20 minutes. I'm like in my bathing suit in the pool with
You're like,
monkeypox.
who cares?
Yeah. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And you knew Jen way back when? Jen from the lounge?
Jen Adams was one of my comedy sisters, way when I first started. She was one of the only women comics around. She was really funny, but she was also like an actor. She did improv and theater and stuff, but she was like doing comedy. So I knew her as like a comedy sister. And then she moved out to Boise and, got married, had a baby, and they kept doing like improv and theater stuff. And now she opened a club.
Yeah.
So
awesome. So you have not seen her in this whole time?
Oh no, whenever I
You'll
come
see
to
her.
Boise, we get together.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I was in Boise last year, not to work, but to marry my friends at that cool Masonic lodge.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
I saw that you have a wedding business.
Now, do you really have that bed in the back?
Yes, we are the only wedding chapel I think I've ever heard of, because it's a wedding chapel to go. We travel over, we could marry anybody, anytime, anywhere. But we're the only chapel, I believe, that offers a $29.95 half-hour honeymoon in the back of it.
Yes. That's awesome.
That's so fun.
But we got it.
Yeah. Nice. That's cool.
Is so fun.
So
It's
you started doing that just to like supplement when you if you weren't making enough from comedy back in the day?
For sure. And weddings are so expensive. So I would have these $199 weddings and Semper Fi Fridays at Camp Pendleton, because I'm right by the Marine base where I live in Oceanside. So we'd have $99
Oh,
marine
wow.
weddings. No, it was really fun. And then now it's kind of different because I'm on tour and like weekends are really expensive. I have to charge like thousands of dollars to marry people on weekends.
Yeah.
And so I can only marry stupid rich people. It's so much throwing it away.
Oh,
But I can still do weddings for people at a low cost when they can get married either at my trailer park or when I'm on the road if we plan ahead.
Right.
And then I do it, a few $100s like usual.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So you're still in the trailer park.
Vista Manor Trailer Park.
Vista Manor was my first trailer park.
Oh.
It was I moved into with the girls when I very first started stand up. So now we're in Rancho Calavero.
Oh,
they
that
always
one.
stupid names like estates, like
Yeah.
not like could be like Rancho Crackhead or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, our park now we live in. But since AGT, I was able to buy the best trailer in my park.
Nice.
They look down on everybody.
Oh, wow. Is it up on a hill? Did I hear something about it being up on a hill? Oh yeah, yes, we were watching your AGT stuff last night.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Those little skits you do inside the park, they could be a movie. Those are so funny.
Shanika and I, my best friend Shantlaski, I call her Shanika forever, but we have that Trailer Park Diaries podcast that Bill Burr's producing for us.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I saw that.
But we're making our own little videos at the trailer park, and we're having so much fun. But then again, we forget not to use real, fake names.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've got this one woman so mad at me, and she's a really dear friend, but I've completely forgot to change her name.
Do you still see the guy in the scooter?
Clark. Unfortunately, we lost Clark.
Oh, poor Clark.
Yeah, he was the best guy. He just shortly before he passed away, one of his daughters died, and she had been really sick. But we got home from the road, and it was like 6:00 at night. We drive up to our trailer, and Clark is sitting outside our trailer in his scooter. And I'm like, Lou, drive around. I don't have it in me to talk to Clark right now. I'm exhausted. We got up at 4 a.m. We'd been flying all day. And then I'm like, turn around, let's go back. Clark lost his daughter. We got to talk to him. And I said, Clark, I've got to go inside, take a quick shower. But my grandsons are coming back in about an hour. Will you come back and tell him some of your war stories? Because I knew he loves to tell war stories, and I would cheer him up. So my grandsons are sitting there, and one of them even has autism, and he won't sit for anything. But I go, Clark's daughter died, so please be good. All 3 of the little boys were sitting on the steps, ready for Clark to tell his stories. And he brings 2 hats from different boats he was on in World War II. And he starts telling one story, goes into the next. He goes, you got to be careful, kids. You got to listen to your thoughts. Anything can happen. I was about to go down this one hole, and I had a feeling don't go. And then a minute later, torpedo struck down, blew up in the hole. Everybody burned as they stood.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
oh,
these
God.
little old grandkids are like,
Yeah, nightmares.
but I miss him so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he seemed like a really cool guy.
What do the folks in the park think of your fame?
It's so silly. Like, I never think that they would even care or anything like that. But it's like the other night I went to karaoke because I had a weird Saturday night off, and I always see this Wednesday, Saturday night karaoke. I'm like, I gotta go and I gotta tape this for Trailer Park Diaries, man. This has got to be worth taping.
Yeah.
It's like, Trailer Park Karaoke, and it was just a dream come true. I mean, there's a kick line for the New York. I'm like, we're doing a kick line, and it's hilarious. But then the next day, I ran into a bunch of people. They go, oh, I heard you were at karaoke. Like, like people like called each other to go, oh, you missed. Like, I don't.
Oh, geez.
It's weird. But in general, it is no big deal. It's all great.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
I love that park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard was it at the Comedy Store back in the day, being a female?
It's really, I know this sounds really weird. Maybe it's because I was so old. I was like 39, 40 when I walked in there for the first time in Hollywood. And I started in La Jolla Comedy Store, which was so gentle. And then when I go to Hollywood, I remember driving up Sunset Boulevard and turning into that comedian's parking lot, thinking to myself, I've been working in my parents' carpet store for 20 years. I'm like, I've thought to myself, I'm a mom from Vista, California, who sells carpet during the day. I'm 40 years old. I'm fat as hell. I'm about to drive into the comedian's parking lot on Sunset Boulevard. How did I get here?
Yeah.
Where's the gate that is supposed to be shut? How am I walking through this gate?
Yeah.
And every time I walk, I still drive into that Comedy Store parking lot. I have like a shiver. I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. But when I walked in, it was a little dark, it was one of those periods of a little darkness. And I just walked in, and maybe because all the guys just thought I was like a mom. Everyone was like, right away, I was like friends with everybody. I mean,
wow, that's good.
My women friends that were there, few of them, very few were there, but a lot of them didn't have that same experience. They got harassed. It wasn't easy.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Yeah.
Sheesh.
So who have you met there who do you look up to in comedy? Have you met your people that you want to meet?
Yeah, I mean, like, but you walk in and Chris Rock will come on, and you see everybody you that's working. Everyone just pops in there, that you want to see. So, it's great in LA between the store and the improv. You can see everybody, and it's fun. And then also just the up and coming comics. It's just so fun to see everybody grow. And the vibe of the Comedy Store is so cool. So if you guys are in LA, anybody that's in LA, just the Comedy Store is the place.
Yeah, we've been.
Yeah, we went about 4 years ago, I think. Yeah,
so fun.
We had another trip planned. And then the pandemic happened. We were supposed to go in May of 2020. We had a week-long trip planned, and we were just going to go to as many as the comedy venues as we could in that week. And then COVID hit, and we had to cancel that trip.
Cancel the whole dang thing. Yeah.
Schedule, and you want to come down through San Diego. My trailer has an extra room and a bathroom, and it's very nice.
Oh, we love that. Yes. Yes.
Do you have a place in San Diego? I thought you were in Florida for some reason.
People think that because it's in Oceanside, Florida.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So we got to make a Southern California trip again.
So
soon,
do you know Bobby Lee? That's also his starting spot.
Bobby started right before me. In fact, the night I became a regular, I was at the Comedy Store, and Fred Burns, the manager, he never thought I was funny, and I wasn't funny. And when I started. And I also took Sandy Shore's comedy class, and he hated anyone that would take that class. Fred was a genius, and he was a huge mentor to Bobby and everybody. But so I had been working, but Fred didn't know it because he never let me on stage. And I've been working at bars really hard for like 2.5 years, and I had a pretty good 5 and 7 minutes by that time. So when I always come on Sunday night to open mic and bring baked goods for the staff, because I would bake on Sunday for my girls. So I'd always come Sunday nights, and I do like a bar show. Then I go to the Comedy Store. So I go in there. Bobby was there, of course, and everybody got quiet, and they go, "Mitzi's here, Mitzi's here." I didn't know who Mitzi Shore was, and so apparently she saw me standing at the bar. And a minute later, Fred comes up to me and he goes, "Mitzi wants to see you on stage." So I'm like, "Okay, I don't know who she is."
Yeah.
I have a really good set. Everybody else is eating it because they're so nervous it's Mitzi. And I just had fun. And she pulls me over. She waves me to her little booth and goes, "Sit down." And she goes, You're a regular. Now go away.
Oh, jeez.
Literally. Yeah. And I get up to the bar and I said to Bobby, I go, "What's a regular?" Oh. He goes, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "You're a paid regular, Vicki. That means you can go to Hollywood." And I went outside and I just started screaming in the alley because I knew something big happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't clear what, but I knew it was going to be big. So.
Wow. And it's so funny. Awesome. Everybody, of course, we've never met her, and now can't, but everybody has her voice down.
Yeah, that voice.
One time I was getting my headshots done for AGT. When AGT was starting, I never have told this story on a podcast before. People are going to think I'm such a wacko, but I don't care. So I was getting my headshots taken by my old friend who I met when our kids were in kindergarten. And she was a great photographer, and then she became a dog psychic. There you go. But for old time, I wanted her to do my headshots. I go over to her house, and I have my makeup on and everything. And she goes, "Hey, who's Mitzi?" I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "There's someone in the room named Mitzi." I go, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah." And Mitzi had died about 6 months before that, maybe 8 months. I go, "Mitzi," and she goes, yeah, she has a really funny voice. And then
Wow.
my goosebumped, and I started crying, like, and I was so worried about my makeup. I go,
Oh,
what?
wow.
And she goes, yeah, she has a message for you. And I'm like, what? And she said, she wants you to know she's going to be watching over for you, and everything's going to be fine.
What?
Wow.
And then, like, at the very end of our session, and that was that. And at the very end of our session, she goes, Mitzi wants you to know one other thing. Don't settle. And then I just like, okay. And then I remember I was going to go to Ross after that. Then I go, Mitzi wants me to go to Nordstrom's on the
Yeah,
track.
right.
So weird. And then when I went to my first audition at AGT, I just honestly felt that Mitzi was like floating over me. It's just the weirdest
Oh,
thing.
Wow.
Cool. You had some very awesome outfits on America's Got
Yes,
Talent
you
too.
did.
Yeah.
I loved the pink one.
Oh, that matched
I
the
was like,
background.
I think she had that made. Was that made specially for you?
They made it for me. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Wear that outfit. They made me 2 dresses because I would, depending on what I would eat, I would grow during the
Oh, geez.
Me too. If I went up and down, but they didn't know what size I'd be. But yeah. And then at the end, I'm like, do I get to keep these clothes? And they go, probably not. So I took a $20 bill and I went up to Nigel, the head producer of the show. I'm like, hey, Nigel, can I talk to you a minute? He goes, yeah. I go, here's $20 if I can keep my clothes. He goes, oh, Vicki, $20 and your clothes. Oh.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Don't they say the Comedy Store has spirits living in it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for real. It is really spooky. Mitzi moved out of her office because she couldn't stand it. And Jeff Scott, the piano player there, who had been there forever, we just lost
passed,
him. But
yeah.
he had so many experiences. And he thought I was backstage one time when he heard my heels clicking down the hallway. And it was before the main room opened. And then I came in through the front door, and he looked at me, goes, what? I just heard you backstage. I go, no, I just got here. And he just turned like white.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
crazy.
lot of bizarre, and it used to be a mob, the Ciros, and a lot of people were killed there, and
Crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's an awesome place. We just had a problem with which line to be in.
Yeah, we
Not
were in
being
the
from there, we got in the wrong line, and then
Yeah.
we ran to the other side.
yeah. There was
Now
no.
that- yeah, and now they're frisking everybody with metal detectors before you go in.
Oh, really?
Oh.
All these white people have never been frisked before. It's so fun to see. They're
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Oh.
Is
Yeah,
that because of people getting accosted while they're on stage? Dave Chappelle and
I wonder if it's for the comics or the it's like when I'm working here in Las Vegas, we have these drills every month for active shootings, and
Yeah.
it's just the world. I mean, if you're it's just creepy. It's like now we're not worried about COVID. We got to worry about a shooter. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
that's insane.
But I think it does make people feel calmer knowing that there's been a metal detector.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad, but yeah.
Yeah, it
So
kind of
we're-
sucks it. That's where we're at.
Yeah. Wow.
When you're going to be going like the donut shop, you have to be checked out.
right.
But
Yeah.
it is just a big drag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sheesh.
Wow.
But that, it is everywhere.
I know.
Yeah. So is Boise just getting how is it in Boise? Is it manageable? All the growth and everything is still very cool.
Well, there's way more people here.
Traffic.
Their traffic has gotten horrible. Still nothing compared to Southern California, but
for us.
for here it's bad. Because when I first moved here 20 years ago, there was no one on the road. You could drive, and it was relaxing to drive around here.
I moved here in '93, and I remember going to, I was heading to Boise, and there were cows on the freeway, and nobody was injured. And now it would be a
Yeah.
big problem. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's gotten pretty overcrowded. Now they're trying to widen all the roads because of all the people. So there's construction, and there's more crime that has come with that too.
Crazy more crime.
It's still a nice place,
It
but you hear of more frequent murders and
Yeah.
things like that now.
Yeah.
Read that word of mass murder. Mass
Yeah.
murder. Every terrible
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't come.
Yeah, exactly. We'll promote that.
I really, honestly, God, I really don't. I don't, because I mean, I get it. I mean, not that one person would matter, but if we all don't tell how great Boise is,
Yeah.
Right.
eventually,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, too many people have found out already.
Mhm.
the mountains, it's so beautiful. And I
Yeah.
love floating the river. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
fun
I thought
place.
I didn't know because I'm in, here in Oceanside. I didn't know it's already winter there, and I cannot go inner tubing this week.
Yeah.
Like everyone goes, "Are you?"
Yeah, I wouldn't.
There's no inner.
Yeah,
No.
we're running like low 80s, high 70s now. So yeah, it'd be a little
Right.
cold in the water probably.
Yeah, I was bummed.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's still drinking.
That's right.
They're still drinking, yes.
Still drinking.
Yeah.
Do you go to the Torch? Does
Yes.
that place ring a
Oh,
bell?
yeah.
Okay.
The Torch, the balcony, you mentioned the gay bars.
Yeah, of course. And then I love the other one. Wait, is that the Torch? I love the one where the gal sings rock and roll and there's horns hanging from all the ceiling.
You're talking
reindeer-
about Humpin' Hannah's?
Humpin' Hannah's, I think that's it. It's where the gal's had it forever and she sings every night rock and
Rocky
roll.
Johnson, the Rocky Johnson band. Does that sound familiar?
It could be. And there's all these antlers hanging everywhere, like you can't see the ceiling from the antlers.
That I don't know. I haven't been there in so long, but I know she's still playing there because I hear her commercials on the radio.
I mean, I have to check her out whenever I come to town.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you tour
still-
mostly by yourself, or does your husband come with you?
Lou, my favorite husband,
Yeah.
he comes usually.
Oh, cool.
He's got a big job. He'll stay on, but he still keeps his job at the Comedy Store because he plays La Jolla. But he comes and he'll play like in Boise at Jen's Club. He'll play like before the show. He'll play for like an hour.
Oh, nice.
he gets there. Dude, yeah, he's a really fun player.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, wait,
And Jimmy,
Jimmy, your
it's very
dog,
fun. Yeah,
comes
he's
with
coming
you?
to Boise.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
He's like a little beige dog. We don't know what he is.
Little
beige.
beige.
He's in airports, so we can't fly anymore.
Oh.
Only one of us can poop in the airport, so he cannot fly. But when we go on road trips, because it's just for some reason when he's walking down a long terminal, he used to fly all the time, but he can't fly anymore. So
Oh, no.
he's in no trouble in any other place, but just the airports we can't risk him. So he can only. So this is a road trip we're taking.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
That's cool. So your podcast, it's part of All Things Comedy, right? And that's Bill Burr's dealio. We actually have a couple of local friends who are comedians that are opening for Bill Burr while he's here in December, and we're going to that show. It's going to be awesome.
How fun!
Yeah,
That's great. Locals, that's fantastic.
Yeah, apparently it just came out of a Twitter message one of them sent out and tagged Bill Burr, and then two of our
said
guys.
yes.
Yeah, two of our guys are getting to go do like 5 minutes at a show.
But they are so excited
Yeah.
and so nervous.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He really. Oh, that is really great.
Yeah.
He's so watch, and his studio's super nice. So, and Al Madrigal, do you guys know Al Madrigal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came up with the concept of Trailer Park Diaries. It was his idea.
Oh, cool.
So- So he told us, he goes, a diary. I want a diary podcast. We're like, okay, as long as it's Trailer Park, and then that's how we put it together.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I
Sweet.
loved when you
Yeah.
were up on the stage for America's Got Talent and you had that whole screen behind you to promote yourself. Amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool looking.
The whole screen is leopard behind me when I'm here. So, it's amazing what you could do with like a green screen and $20 million.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
You guys have a killer background. I love that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Another thing I want to talk to you about, because I feel like it goes in line with all the trailer park stuff, is you are one of 6 comedians in a nationwide search for Jenny's Comedy Divas on the Jenny Jones Show, which is back in the day with some daytime trash TV.
Honestly, I've been doing comedy for like 6 months.
Oh.
6 months. Excuse me, Lou. Lou. Hey, Lou. Unbelievable.
We love Lou.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy like 6 months, but I'd been on stage in a long purple sequin gown, and this guy was picking the comics for the Jenny Jones show. He was a really cool guy. He was super queen from Chicago, and I think he just picked me because he liked my dress and my big giant boof. And so, yeah, but I really wasn't ready for that, to go to Chicago. I mean, I'd just literally been doing less than 6 months comedy. So I was kind of like a deer in headlights on the stage,
wow.
but it was really fun to go. I got to meet Jerry Springer.
Oh,
Whoa.
God, yeah.
So in awe.
Yeah.
I was a big, I always thought if I homeschooled my kids, we'd just watch Jerry Springer all day.
Yeah. Gosh.
Oh, girl.
And so were you actually on the show, Jenny Jones show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was really nice. She was, just trying to give a break to some young women from all over the country.
Oh,
and that was
cool.
really, unlike other comics like Ellen DeGeneres, who's never had I don't think she's ever had a woman comic on her show.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Voice. But I mean, Jenny Jones was really nice about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's really cool.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You have had fun.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had an awesome career. And that you started at 38. You just saw an ad for a comedy class and thought, hey, I'll give that a try.
Exactly. And that's what happened. And I just loved it so much. I told my parents to sell the carpet store and keep the money for themselves. And everyone said, you're insane. And I probably was, but I just did it. And I bought a trailer for $11,000 and moved in there with my daughters. And we just made it somehow.
Yeah.
And my daughters have done great because I was so poor. They got all kind of college loans because they failure. So, I mean, it all worked out, and it's been so much fun. And then when AGT came, I just kept praying like something would happen that I'd get to keep doing stand-up,
Yeah.
And I didn't see, and that happened. So it's just been so great.
Wow. That's
That is
awesome.
really
It's true. You should follow your dreams.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that's when you're the happiest, is when you're following your dreams.
It is true. It's like, it doesn't matter what you do, and it makes the world a better place because, if you want to be like a baker, and people go, oh, you shouldn't be a baker, but your passion is to be a baker, you should be a baker, because then there'd be a really great bakery somewhere.
Right.
And it's like, most people just fall into what they're doing and they don't examine if it's what they should be doing. Or you're doing what your parents told you. Like, I wanted to be an art teacher, but my parents said, nobody should be an art teacher. You should just work at our carpet store. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're lucky enough to find what you like, no matter what it is, no matter what people tell you that you shouldn't do it. What's the harm? I mean, what's the harm? What's money? I mean, I know it's scary sometimes, but
Yeah.
worth it if you want to do something. How lucky is that?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all so afraid of failure, but you
Yeah.
just learn when you fail. It's not even
Yeah.
a failure. It's just, it helps you figure the next part out. Okay, that didn't work or whatever.
Definitely.
You're right. You get more energy from failing. And if nobody's going to go straight up in success unless you're like Jerry Seinfeld. That guy pulled that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody else in every other field, you got to learn how to lay the bricks and do it and take the fall and feel like quitting half the time and keep going anyway. That's just how you do it.
Yeah.
It'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you find the right people, and
Yeah, you start to draw those people to you, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember one time I let it slip to my girlfriend that one of my shows canceled. It was like $150 show on a Saturday. And I let her know. I was really worried. I'm like, damn it. I shouldn't have said anything to her. I was just so distraught because $150 was like a lot of money. And I let her know. And then I get home from dropping the kids off from school. And I get back home to my trailer, and on the back porch is like 4 bags of groceries from Trader Joe's. And I knew she went and got groceries for me.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
I felt so bad at first. I was like, God, I'm such a failure. I'm the worst mother. I'm the most irresponsible person, the most selfish person. Look what I'm doing to my children. Friends are dropping off food. Then, you know what? Somebody loves me so much that they, and I went, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm, just like, accept it.
Right. Yeah. Don't push it away.
Exactly. Oh, it's cool too when it goes full circle and then you're able to do that for someone else down the line.
nothing better than that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that somebody is in a little bit of need and you're
Yeah.
able to help them
Yes.
some way. And it's, it's so cool. It's a great thing. And even like tipping in restaurants now, because I was always so poor. I wouldn't go out if I couldn't leave 20%, but I love like leave more,
Yeah.
like especially having a slow shift and you just get to leave extra. Those little things like that. It's not like I have a bunch of money, but it's like the ability to just leave a little bit extra.
Of course.
Yeah.
Makes you feel great. Yeah. It's
definitely.
an amazing. And it all comes back to you one way or another. It for sure does.
Yeah, we've been able to do that with some local comedians that have come up on hard times and been able to help them out. It's really cool to be able to do that and help them out. And, in return, we get their comedy and their jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so cool. That's so neat. Yeah, that's so cool. I always love to help people look out for each other,
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I first started, my cousin, she was in communications. She started stacking phone books when she was 16 years old. Never got a college degree. Ended up on the cover of Communication magazine. She worked her way up.
Wow.
Never working. When I started stand-up, I'd been selling carpet for 20 years, kind of miserable in that. And she goes, you know what, Vicki, you're going to love your peers as much as you love the work. And I didn't understand what she meant, but it came to be that I've just met so many kindred spirits. People go, comics are dark and assholes and stuff. And there's a lot of asshole comics, just like anything else. But I've met so many kindred spirits that I'm just so grateful. It has meant so much. And then audience members too, like I've made friends with people that I met out on the road that have become my friends. It's really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool.
We love the comedians that we've met. Everybody feels so much more real than other people. There's no facade. Comedians are saying what they want to say and how they feel about things generally all the time, it seems like. So it's refreshing, actually.
Yeah.
It's good. And then on the other hand, sometimes I'm like, oh man, you really shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I remember the other day in the trailer park, it was a real hot day and I had friends over to the pool. So I was using the trailer park kitchen to bring my food back and forth to the pool. And one of my lady friends from the trailer park, Joanne, she was in the kitchen. She goes, I've been sick for a couple of weeks. I go, oh, you have the flu? No, COVID. Feeling all right? She goes, no, I still have it. I'm like, Joanne, get your COVID face out of the kitchen.
Oh, God.
And she scoots away and I'm like, I don't know if she knows I'm kind of kidding when I say, and I go, COVID face.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Called me an hour later. She goes, I have a chocolate cake left over if you guys would like it for your party. I'm like, no, I don't want your COVID cake either. But
your COVID cake from your COVID face.
Yeah, no. Jeez.
Sometimes you're talking like you're talking on stage to people that are not, you know what I mean? You're like using your comedy voice all the time. Your comedy mouth brain.
That's funny. Yeah.
It's awesome. Now, during the pandemic, were you one of the ones, and I know a couple comedians that were still traveling around doing shows, did that shut you down for the most part, or were you still performing?
I was a bad girl. A lot of my friends were calling me like super spreader.
Oh,
and
jeez.
the thing was, I know this is weird, but I know this guy in Las Vegas, super, super great guy. I mean, like he's just the biggest, gay, most beautiful man. But he's very small, actually, but he's got a big spirit, real well. And I'm over at his house, and I'm standing on these leopard rugs, and tigers are on the walls, all these dead animals everywhere. And I'm like, Ray, did you kill these animals? He goes, oh, no, I could never kill an animal. But since they're already dead. And so that's how I felt when I was super spreading, because I'm like, I was working in Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, all the places with no COVID. And I figured if I didn't go on stage, somebody else was going to go on stage.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're already dead.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of work. And I just, at the beginning, and also my daughters are like, Mom, you got to go. Like, I thought they really wanted me to die. But they just really were pushing me. They go, you just say yes. So I'm like, okay. But we were careful. We didn't do meet and greets or anything.
Oh,
wow. What do you think about how Austin has grown? Austin, Texas. Is it crazy?
Yeah, yeah, it is crazy. You know, as soon as Joe Rogan went, all the Comedy Store staff went, and he
I
didn't even.
know. Tony Hinchcliffe, yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
manager, yeah. But the thing is, yeah, Austin's so beautiful, and my friend, like a lot of my friends are moving there, and Nashville too. I mean, like it's like in a way, it's taken some of the pressure off Boise.
True.
Yeah, right. So
Nashville,
much.
yeah, Nashville and Austin is just that's where everyone's going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in terms of being an artist or a singer or an actor, because all the auditions are on Zoom now, you don't have to be in LA.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we heard from
Yeah.
who do we have on? Daniel Eachus, I
Yes.
think. Yeah. He said it's like that. Yeah, you don't have to be there anymore.
Which is awesome, right?
It is great.
Yeah.
I mean, like even for me, it's so convenient because I mean, I'm starting to go out on more auditions, and you know, I used to drive back and forth to LA, you know, and just these casting directors are like, "Why do you do this?" And now it's so much easier. Yeah.
Did I read something that you did you write for Roseanne or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
wrote
yeah.
Joe. I won Funniest Mom in America on Nick at Night like a long time ago,
Mm.
and Roseanne was that year, and she left the Comedy Store, you know, before I started. But I was always afraid if she saw me that she would maybe think I was hacking her because I'm fat, I have brown hair, I live in a trailer, she lived in a trailer, you know, and I was always worried, would she think, you know, but so I finally auditioned for Funniest Mom because they used to say if you were a Comedy Store comic, you couldn't audition. It was really weird.
Oh, wow.
But then finally a new producer came and he brought me in to audition. So I'm at the Laugh Factory auditioning. And I said, I found out that night Roseanne was going to host that season. I'm like, oh no. And then I go, is she here tonight? They go, no. So I went up on stage and I did my set. And I all of a sudden heard her laugh, man. You can't miss her
wow.
laughing. So I'm like, okay, she's laughing. Then she doesn't think I'm a hack. And anyway, she totally got the difference between us. And so after the show wrapped, she asked me to write for her when she was going to start to do stand-up again.
Wow.
But she ended up,
cool.
yeah, it was really fun. I'm writing for her. And it was a big thrill.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing right now besides touring and doing
Besides
gigs?
everything?
Yeah, besides everything.
Right now, well, we're finishing season 3 of the Trailer Park Diaries right now.
Okay.
And then Shanika and I are writing a pilot for a TV show kind of based on that show.
Oh, cool.
I go out on more regular auditions because I finally got a good agent and for that, and then just traveling and having fun and still doing some weddings and just time of my life.
So your show is this
8 p.m. Sunday.
Yes,
at the
October 2nd at the
Lounge.
Lounge at the end of the universe.
Woo-hoo!
That's going to be awesome to have you in Boise.
It's going to be a blast.
And so you've never seen the Lounge?
No, I'm so.
Oh,
I
cool.
bet it's really.
It's awesome.
It's a really cool
It's a great
place. Yeah.
vibe.
There's got to be a comedy club in Boise because Boise loves comedy.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I get a room at the Potato Hotel, but I didn't book it in time.
Is that an Airbnb? A big potato thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you guys seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it online, but not in person. I don't know.
My brother goes, drive out there. I'm like, I'm not going to drive out there and start crying because I can't stay there. No.
Exactly.
Well, next time you come to town, Potato Hotel.
Potato Hotel. And we also got to get you, it sound weird, in our car for our Uber Funny show.
Oh, that's so neat that you do that. I love that. I
Yes.
would love that next time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been really fun.
Yeah, I love what you guys do. It's
Yay.
really great.
Thank you.
Yay. Well, we hope to meet you on Sunday
Yeah, so we'll be
in
at
person.
Oops, you're breaking up a little on me again.
This damn phone in this motel.
Oh.
Well, it's great to see you Sunday.
Yes.
We'll see you.
Yay.
It's great talking to
Thank
you.
you so much, Vicki, and safe travels to you and your husband and your pup.
Yes.
And we'll see you Sunday.
See you
Okay.
Sunday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.